Good evening and welcome to the Lauren Jackson Sports Centre here in Albury, Wodonga for another round of NBL1 action on YouTube. Great to have your company wherever you are listening, especially to our visitors via Bendigo tonight. A big double-header here, and it's very much a heritage night for the Bandits. You'll notice they're wearing a different strip to normal, heading back to 1986, the start of the Albury Wodonga Bandits, and of course they'll be in green tonight. So a bit of a theme behind, well, we had the Alan McCowan tribute match just recently, and now reverting back to an old style jersey from 1986. Jade Kolf, Steve Murphy and commentary. It is for the SSNA club we bring you the coverage tonight. Kolf, man, welcome along to this anticipated clash. The Bandits sitting in ninth at the moment, and plenty of work to do to make the playoffs. They're going to take on one of the genuine championship contenders in this competition. Only one loss for the season to the Bendigo Braves outfit, and they look very much one of the sides to beat in 2019.
Yeah, they do look one of the sides to beat, Murph. As you said, great to be here, Lauren Jackson Sports Centre once again. And yes, Heritage around tonight, Murph, and it took a little bit to get used to with the new jerseys that are on, but I do like it. I like the throwback. I like the old school. Adds a bit of flavour, but real pleasure to be here tonight with you, mate, to check out this Bendigo Braves outfit. As you said, the one loss. They are a very, very impressive outfit, and to see them up firsthand tonight against the Bandits, really looking forward to it. As you said, the Bandits have a little bit of work to do in order to make the playoffs. They have slipped down the table, and they get a real genuine test tonight to really see if they're going to take place in playoff action at this stage of the year. So it really should be a good one, Murph, and really looking forward to the men's match as well.
They've won their past 5. Bendigo coming into the game. The Bandits have lost their past 3. Their record against the top 8 teams in the competition, well, the Bandits haven't beaten anyone in that 8 at the moment, and it's 4 wins from 5 starts for Bendigo. This is interesting for Minecraft, man. The Southern Vale home Bandits at home in 2019, 3 wins, 3 losses. The Bendigo Braves, 6 games on the road, 6 wins on the road. So they come in with the number 1 side travelling in the competition. They've got some serious talent out there on the floor. Let's go through some of the players to keep an eye out for tonight. Kelly Wilson, I believe, will be out there, full-time champion in the WNBL, 2 times with Bendigo, Townsville and also Canberra as well. Fourth time all-time on the games record, 400 next season if she continues on. Just an absolute star, was a WNBL rookie and played with the Opals. Andrea Wilson as well out there, 2013-14 championship with Bendigo Spirit. We've got another couple out there as well. Tessa Lavy's one to look out for as well. 2018 Commonwealth gold medal for her. And, of course, with Perth Lynx in 2015 to 2017 as well. And a few other players. Bianca Duffelmeyer, father won an NBL title with the Canberra Cannons. Her father, Tad, went to school in Iowa over in America. So plenty of players to look out for. We'll update you on a few other ones. Gabrielle Richards is another one we might touch on a little bit later on. But coming into this game, Kelly Wilson, like I said, 4-time WNBL champion, 22 points her average for season 2019, played all 13 games. So this Bendigo Braves side has a plethora of talent. And Lauren Jackson, the greatest of all time, will have her work cut out for the coach's bench alongside Hayden Kirkwood tonight.
Yeah, she certainly will, Murph. And, the Lady Bandits here tonight, they're going to have to get some serious output from their imports. Charisse Daniel is one that we have spoken about. She hasn't really been an offensive weapon so far this year. She has kind of pinch hit it, and she has had some big nights, upwards of 20 points a game. But I really think that, she's spent most of her time on the defensive end. She's probably the best defensive player out there on the perimeter for the Bandits. But I think tonight she really needs to light up the scoreboard, as well as Emma Mahadi, Harmon as well, and big centre Jesse Edwards. They all need to contribute tonight if they're going to go with this really elite Bendigo Braves outfit.
So players making their way out onto the floor now for the start. Jessie Edwards just making her way to the centre to go with the tip-off. Looks like against Rebecca Tobin. And we are underway here from the Lauren Jackson Sports Centre, named after their coach tonight. Here's opening tip-off. Edwards to go up against Tobin, and it's Tobin that wins it down immediately across to Gabrielle Richards. Quickly up the floor across to Duffelmeyer, and steps inside. In fact, it's Wilson. And starts with a couple of points to get things going, Kelly Wilson tonight.
You're far too easy there, Murph. If they're going to give up easy buckets like that, this Bendigo Braves outfit will light you up.
Well, Edwards has been really good inside the paint this season, and it generally starts her games pretty nicely as well. Casey Arden starting on the floor for the Bandits as the shot is put in by Jess Edwards. And, well, I don't know the exact stat, but she more often than not scores early on for the Bandits, as this is a couple of Wilsons out there. Andrea, the 2 sisters tonight, and Kelly out on the floor. And as we speak, it works its way around to Kelly Wilson, who drives in, draws the foul, doesn't get the bucket to count, but will go to the line. And we can already see why Kelly is such a talented player.
Yeah, just on Jessie Edwards there before, Murph, she loves to, she has shown
with 100% ratio tonight. Good to see Casey Arden out on the floor tonight. He's come from a football game actually at Colfman where her brother participated. Now Daniels for the Bandits, the American import to Edwards, and now around to Casey Arden. Looks for a pass, guarded by Wilson inside for Edwards. Flicks it out. Arden for an unlikely three and lands it.
Absolute rainmaker there from Casey Arden.
Guarded by Richards now. This is Wilson inside the paint. Flicks it out to Richards and then back around across to Wilson Andrea variety. Back to Duffelmeyer. And Wilson is combining a bit of possession basketball. And now working it around the arc. Wilson goes inboard and ends up across with a jump shot just before the shot clock to Andrea Wilson. It's 1 second remaining and the ball lodged between the bucket and the glass. It's the first time we have seen that on this court this year, Cole.
We have not seen that. We've got a bit of a hold up here, guys, until we get the ball. Grab that broom and and count it. Count the points. Mahadi to inbound from the baseline.
So Casey Arden, a little slight change up here by the coach Jackson and Hayden Kirkwood to start things. Mahadi, well, Harmon has a look at a mid-range jumper and that's good.
Yeah, she's not afraid to shoot that one, Murph. She loves it in that area there, and Harmon going to need 20 and 10 from Harmon tonight if the Bandits are going to remain competitive.
Wilson going around to Duffelmeyer, getting involved Tobin as well. Now Wilson, Tobin drives against Harmon underneath the bucket. Well guarded by Harmon. Forces the miss, but it comes down possession of Wilson. Andrea out to Kelly and try to slick pass in towards a teammate in Gabrielle Richards, but cut off there for the Bandits to Edwards. It'll be a ball, inbound ball for the baseline to the Braves and Wilson. Wilson, slick pass in, and the Bandits get possession back. So a tidy start this by the home team tonight. The underdogs coming in ninth, playing second. Arden loses control, good enough to get it back. Edwards, well, stolen away here. Quickly up court. This is Bianca Duffelmeyer. Gets to the bucket and nice little jumper up. About a metre short and lands it in. 2 points to Duffelmeyer to get her night going tonight. 7 plays 6, Bandits way. Cerise Daniel. Harmon for 2. Misses. Mahadi gets it. And a foul called. As Tobin come over the top.
Yeah, nice work there from Emma Mahadi. She has had her shooting woes over the last couple of home games, Murph, so Coach Lauren Jackson would be really looking for some offensive output from her tonight. We know what she brings. She's a fierce competitor. But just some easy buckets for Mahadi early on, just to get that confidence up and get her game going.
We have seen this a couple of times on this court. A bit of confusion with the side. They've given the foul against Casey Arden. Of course, it wasn't against her. It'll go against the opposite number 4, Bianca Duffelmeyer. So keep an eye on that. I'm sure they'll work it out on the side with the referees and the score judges. Well, Wilson almost pickpocketed away there by Cerise Daniel. And Wilson on the left drives, top of the key, and the shot is good. And if she's going to get her hands on enough possession tonight, Wilson, there's going to be damage done at the attacking end of the floor. This is Mahadi driving underneath the bucket out wide. Cerise Daniel 3 is normally her go. And Cerise Daniel lands a big blow. Her first points of the night as Wilson flicks it up court quickly. And underneath the rim is Andrea Wilson, her sister, and lands a 2-pointer.
Yeah, Bandits a little bit slow to get back on transition there on the defense after the Cerise Daniel 3-pointer. Bendigo looking to strike whenever they can. That's what makes them so elite in this competition.
Edwards
outside.
Very good. Well, Arden's quick, inventive there, but Kelly Wilson was in the right place, right time to take the ball up the floor. Bennett's by 2. Wilson drives to the paint, flicks it back across, and Tobin puts it off the glass to tie the game up. At 12 apiece for the SSNA club. 6 minutes remain, opening quarter.
Yeah, that 1-2 punch there, Wilson to Rebecca Tobin. Bennett's got to look at shutting that down.
I'll tell you what, it's got a good feel about it, Cole. A good tempo about it as Arden puts up another 2. Got the night going with that 3. Well, got her night going with the 3 anyhow. Wasn't the first bucket, but it was the first real big one. And this is Kelly Wilson. Drives inside. That's easy for a player of that quality. Easy layup for 2.
Yep.
And timeout called as the Braves take the lead in the contest for the first time since the opening points of the night. It's 14-12, 5:38 remain in the opening term.
Yes, Coach Jackson, just wanting to talk it over there, Murph. Wilson just blew by Arden. Way too easy. Giving up tremendous size there, Murph. That's a bit of a worry, that matchup. And Coach Jackson really needs to find a way to counter that there. Wilson will take advantage of that. She's a quality player. And matchups so very, very important early on in these contests. And getting the matchups right. And if you don't get them right, and your defensive structure set up, you will pay the price against an elite team like the Bendigo Braves. Good start here so far, Murph. 14-12. Braves looking sharp early, and the Bandits are keeping in touch early on. We have spoken about this before. Very important to stay in touch early on in these very important matchups. As we take a look at the numbers here, Murph, a hot start from Bendigo, shooting 86% from the floor. Bandits 2 of 2 from downtown. We talk about it quite a bit. Outside shooting, so very important, and the Bandits are going to have to keep their percentage up tonight, Murph, I think, if they're to stay in touch with this Bendigo outfit.
For the SSNA club, we're back from the timeout. It is the Bandits 12, Braves 14. Good feel about this one to start. NBL 1. What a competition it has been for its first season. And the Braves and the Bandits doing battle tonight on Heritage Night for the Albury Wodonga Southern Vale home Bandits. This is Charisse Daniel, one of the American imports, across to Mahadi. Now Arden spending some court time tonight starting. Drives underneath the bucket, tries to flick it out. Well guarded by Tobin. Taken away up the floor by Duffelmeyer, and stops and gives back to Kelly Wilson. Why not? And Wilson wide to her sister, and now Duffelmeyer back to Kelly Wilson. Flicks it inside. Nice pass. Duffelmeyer won't get many easier buckets than that tonight. Nice assist for Wilson.
Tell me. Keep going. No.
Welcome. Welcome back to the Lauren Jackson Sports Centre in Albury for the Southern Vale home Bandits taking on the Bendigo Braves. We apologise for some technical difficulties in the opening half, so particularly, of course, to our Bendigo listeners tonight. Your team starting pretty nicely, as I have for most of the year. 38-26, it's the Braves. They lead by 12. Heritage night here at the LJ Centre. And the Bandits in there, well, away from their traditional strip into the green of their 1986, going back in time for them tonight. It's a big double-header tonight, starting with the women. And Kolfman, Jade Kolf, Steve Murphy and company for the SSNA club in Albury. We can tell you that Kelly Wilson has started the game very promisingly, as she has, averaging 22 points for the year. And this star, the full-time WNBL champion, 14 points tonight. Bianca Duffelmeyer up to 12 on the board as well. And Rebecca Tobin also featuring on the board tonight. Across for the Bandits, well, a little bit bigger of a spread for them. Charisse Daniel, their American import, landed a 3 in the contest. She's on 7 points. Emma Mahadi got hurt, not going late in the half. She's up to 6. And 4 points each to Jessie Edwards and Emily Harmon. No Nat Hurst, the star and the captain for the Bandits tonight, out injured and will be missing for what we believe at least another week. So Nat, of course, a big out to this lineup tonight. The Bandits competing for much of the opening stanza with the Braves, Kolfman, but the Braves, so far, having all the answers.
Yeah, they certainly do, and Nat Hurst, obviously, she's going to be severely missed with this Bandits lineup. I've been super impressed with Wilson, and, of course, the centre tandem of Rebecca Tobin and Gabrielle Richards. They are a nightmare matchup down low for this Bandits outfit. They need to find a way to really curb their influence.
Well, Duffelmeyer has the ball here for the Braves and drives up to the glass, taken by Tobin and fouled there by Molly Rice, and will find herself at the line.
Yeah, right on cue there, Murph. Tobin, she's long and athletic, and she's really, in that first half, 9 points, but she had her influence was so much more than that, without a doubt. As she goes to the line, makes the first. She had all kinds of moves down low, Murph. She was real handful in the low post as she makes the second.
Well, Rebecca Tobin is going at 87% from the free throw line, averaging 14 points a match so far this season as the Bandits go into Jess Edwards. We'll get to some of those stats shortly for tonight for the SSNA club. Broadcast partners here in Albury. This is Edwards out to Mahadi, and now Charisse Daniel from downtown for 3. Misses. And now comes back out to Mahadi, and that one is good. And the Bandits needed the bucket.
Yeah, they needed that bucket. 3-point shooting, we talk about it all the time. So important. Bandits need to shoot the lights out tonight to stay in touch.
Wilson feeds to Wilson. The two sisters combining. It's Kelly who flicks it out wide for Duffelmeyer. And now Kelly Wilson steps against Rice. Can't get to the paint. Guarded by Daniel. Flicks it out wide. Shot clock at 1. Bandits do well defensively and calls a shot clock violation.
Yeah, Coach Jackson will be over the moon with that. Need to really start this second half well. Down 11. They want to chip away at that lead, Murph.
And Mahadi to Charisse Daniel. Edwards around to Mahadi. Into Harmon. Harmon, generally reliable with Jess Edwards not working on the same page there. Taken away. Richards feeds to Wilson. And Wilson gets it outside the arc. Back into Richards, who puts up the jumper for 2, and that's good. Margin back out to 13 for the Bendigo Braves. The second side in the association, only the one loss for the year, coming off a 5-0 run for the Bendigo Braves. Their only loss to the top side, Geelong. Mahadi underneath the rim and off the glass, gets it to go.
Tough move from Emma Mahadi. She can do it all inside and out. They need a real offensive game from her tonight. She won't be afraid to shoot. We know that. She's aggressive.
Richards. Great assist by Andrea Wilson.
What a pass.
Gifted. Early Christmas present there.
Oh, yeah, Richards. She'll take them all day.
Edwards is going to be, well, no. It's going to be Tobin that'll be called for the foul.
Yeah, it's Rebecca Tobin there. She got very close to Edwards and she looked at the referee as if that can't be on me. But just a little bit too aggressive with her defense there, and the referee was having none of that.
Now Mahadi with the ball, flicks to Casey Arden. Back across to Molly Rice. And Rice getting some contact there. Andrea Wilson gets called for the foul. It'll be her personal. Now, 3 fouls each to Sharice Daniel, and Casey Arden's an interesting one because she did get given a foul earlier that wasn't on her. A mistake by the scorer's bench, so we'll keep an eye on that, whether that's been rectified. Not too sure, Cole, for this stage. We'll try to find that out for you as Edwards puts in a couple for the Bandits. We're back to 13 points here. Wilson up the floor with the ball, 14 for her night so far. Hasn't scored in the second half for the SSNA club. We have just over 7 to play. Kelly Wilson puts up the shot and misses. And comes back down. Arden hits the ball, drives it up court, inside towards the paint. Arden back to Edwards, and now Rice across. Mahadi open for 3. Just misses, had time and space. Andrea Wilson comes up to it, feeds to her sister. And Kelly brings it up the floor. Braves just working from outside the perimeter. Done this a little bit in the opening half. Wilson back. Duffelmeyer from deep for 3. A long way back and lands the bucket.
Yeah, nothing but the bottom of the net. That was long range, that one, Murph.
Margin out to 14. Braves going great guns here. Edwards feeds to Arden, steps inside. Andrea Wilson stood her ground nicely. But it will be a Bandits ball. As Chloe Storr is going to check in for Molly Rice to spend some time on the bench. Mahadi just quietly working up to double figures now into 11 points. Harmon, Arden, had a 3 to start this game. Mahadi guarded by Duffelmeyer. Mahadi puts up the jumper, no good. Richards gets the rebound for the Braves and hands off to Tobin. Out wide, Duffelmeyer. Back, Tobin. Richards thought about the 3. And now the 2 Wilson sisters. It's Kelly that puts up the 3. Doesn't get it to go, and Richards can't keep it alive. In fact, it's come off the Bandits, so it'll be a Braves ball. Under 6 remaining in the third here from the Lauren Jackson Sports Centre. Duffelmeyer from a long way back.
Murph, that was a line drive, that one. That had no air in it at all, but it went straight in.
Duffelmeyer up to 18 points now. The clear leader out there on the court.
Duffelmeyer, she has put some real separation in this game now. Lead out to 17.
Mahadi drives into the paint to put up the 2. Misses. It'll come down to Andrea Wilson, who gathers it. And a jump ball to call. It'll be a ball to the Bandits. 18 points. Bianca Duffelmeyer. Very, very impressive out there on the floor tonight. We look at her numbers from 3-point range so far in 2019. Well, Colf, from the stats that we can see, I reckon that's her first blow from 3-point range for the season. Percentage-wise anyhow, and we haven't really seen this year. So averaging, going at 7 points a game, up to 18 tonight, so having one out of the box.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the scouting report clearly has not got Duffelmeyer as a potent scorer, but she's lighting it up here as Sharice Daniel looks to make something happen. Molly Rice for 3, that's ugly as well. Rebound. Edwards does well, fights up and puts it in for the two. A scrappy play there, but much needed.
Just those numbers tonight. There's the Bandits only going to the line a couple of times.
Again, another one. She is lighting it up.
On fire tonight.
You better find out where she is on the perimeter as she makes another one. Wowee.
It's the Bandits only going to the line a couple of times tonight, Cole. 9 out of 14 for Bendigo. So not being able to get any free points at all really tonight, or those free throw shots, as Daniel puts up a big three from the other end, doesn't get it to go. And the Braves again come up the ball. Tobin feeds it across. And now this is Kelly Wilson. Out wide. Duffelmeyer. Tobin. And the shot eventually.
That'll be a timeout, I think, Murph. Yeah, Coach Jackson. She's seen enough. She is irate over there.
Dunlop puts it in.
As this lead slips out to, is that 20 points, I believe? 55-35, 20 points with 4:11. And it's been Duffelmeyer who has lit it up here in the third quarter. As you said, Murph, only averaging about 7.5 points a game. She's got 21. Can you believe it? And they've got no answer for her as she's been wide open on the perimeter. And she is making the Bandits pay dearly for that. As we take a look at some of these numbers here, Murph, the three-point shooting, 33% for Bendigo, and the Bandits at 20%, 3 of 15. We do speak about that a lot, and that's definitely not going to get it done. 3 of 15, 20% for the Bandits. Look at those rebounds, Murph.
Yeah,
17
dominant
rebounds for the Bandits, 33 for the Bendigo Braves. They are doing what they want on the glass. Assists are quite even, steals are quite even, and turnovers quite even. But I tell you what, you take a look at the rebounding, 33-17. They have virtually twice as many rebounds as the opposition. And look, with some hot shooting from outside combined with that dominance on the glass, a 20-point lead. And this is the reason why the Bendigo Braves are second in this NBL1 competition. They are impressive.
A double-double for Rebecca Tobin tonight. 13 points, 11 rebounds on the board. Now, the Bandits, through Bevan, brings up the floor. Or Stora, I should have said. Now, this is Rice. Now, Jesse Edwards underneath the bucket. Works nicely position-wise. Can't get it to go, and Kelly Wilson comes up with it. And drives to the bucket, a hard move, and it's good for a couple of points.
Tough move, soft left hand. Charisse Daniel did all she could there defensively. Just too good as Edwards with a rainmaker. That's her spot. We did speak about that earlier.
Well, Edwards only 2 rebounds for the night. They're going to need her to step up if they're going to get anywhere near the Braves tonight in that area.
Well, just those rebounding numbers, Murph. They are just, those rebounding numbers are insurmountable.
Yep, it's definite dominant for the Braves. Wilson, Duffelmeyer again, got a little contact on the ball as she released it, and Andrea Wilson just loses possession, so it'll be a Bandits ball from the side.
Yeah, with Gabrielle Richards and Rebecca Tobin at the power forward and centre position, they are dominating the glass. Edwards is really a lone hand in there. Molly Rice is trying hard, but the Bandits are giving up tremendous size, and as this match wears on, it's quite evident as Mahadi slashes to the rack. Nice move. Nice hesitation dribble there from Emma Mahadi. And maybe she can get something going here and spark this home crowd.
This is with Duffelmeyer around to the 2 Wilson sisters. Kelly with it. Into Duffelmeyer. Travelling around Tobin. Slick hands across to Dunlop. Back out to Kelly Wilson. Slick assist inside. Tobin puts it in and draws the contact. Will go to the line for a 3-point play.
Wow, that is certainly slick, Murph, as you said. What a move as Tobin slip baseline. Little dipsy-do underneath. And she'll go to the line for a possible 3-point play. Gee, she's got some nifty moves down there. Murph, she's an impressive player, Tobin, and she moves along to 15 points, looking to tick along to 16. In the lead out to 21, 2 minutes 30 left in this third period as Charisse Daniel looks to bring the ball down the floor.
Harmon. Guarded by Andrea Wilson. Out to Daniel. Now this is Mahadi for 3, and that's good. It lands a big bucket, her second of the third stanza for the SSNA club beyond 2 minutes to play in the third. Bandits trail by 18 at home here. Like we said at the start, the Braves, if you just joined us, a 6-0 record on the road this season, yet to be beaten away from home. Now Duffelmeyer puts it in to Tobin, draws the contact again. In fact, travel is the call, travel. And the Bandits will get a stop and the ball back with 1:53 remaining.
Yeah, very good call there. Very hard to pick up. Tobin, being the athlete she is, very tall, long and athletic, but just one too many steps there. Good call. She's got that many nifty moves once she gets the ball that it's very hard to keep up. As the turnover.
Duffelmeyer, Kelly Wilson waits for the troops to arrive. Shadowed by Daniel and now Mahadi. The handover, Richards, Duffelmeyer. Andrea Wilson out wide to Kelly Wilson. Inboard, Richards under the rim, puts up the fadeaway, and it's good for 2. Margin back out to 20.
Geez, they moved the ball well. Very, very unselfish. There was a couple of times there, some open shots, but they were patient.
For 3, Emma Mahadi.
Wow,
that's her third of the
another
quarter.
one.
For the SSNA club, 3 big blows, Emma Mahadi. 17 points. Trying to bring her side back into the contest as we converge on three-quarter time. Richards for the Braves, hand to Turner. And this is Duffelmeyer for 2. One of her easier shots of the night, misses. Bianca Duffelmeyer, 21 points, averaging 7.6 coming into the game. Mahadi out to Rice. In. Harmon puts the shot up and misses. Kelly Wilson with another rebound. Dominated the boards tonight, the Braves. Second side in the competition. 33 seconds remain in the term, so the Bandits will get the ball back. Wilson, and slips through her sister's fingers and over the baseline.
Turnover there. Bandits 27 left on the clock. Leads at 17, Murph. And that rebounding differential has not improved at all. But the shooting has. Emma Mahadi from long range. She's had a big third period. 19 points as she brings the ball up and marshals the troops.
Mahadi. I don't think they'll give her much more room outside 3 range. 5 seconds left, flicks it in, and last touch off Bendigo. 5 seconds on the shot clock that was. Now, there's only 5 seconds remaining in the quarter. 3 on the shot clock. So the inbound ball to Rice. It'll go to Mahadi, who puts up the 3. Emma Mahadi just misses, gets it back, puts up the 2 on the buzzer. It doesn't go, and that is three-quarter time. The Bendigo Braves for the SSNA club head to the final break in a very nice position. 62-45, they're up by 17.
Yeah, an impressive third period, I think, from both ball clubs, Murph. To Tobin again. Too big, too tall, too skillful. Great start to the last period for Tobin and Bendigo.
What can the Bandits get out of the final stanza here? Daniel puts up the jumper and misses it. Andrea Wilson takes it. We'll come back to Sharice Daniel in a few moments' time. Kelly Wilson brings it up the floor, out wide. And now through Nader. On the court, Wilson. Across to his sister, Andrea Wilson. Two would have done that a lot as kids. Kelly back to Richards with 1 second on the shot clock. Gets it off the rim, comes back to Andrea Wilson. And now in the possession of Kelly Wilson. So the Bendigo Braves using a bit of their bench. Tobin inside and floats it in for two. Had a good night, Rebecca Tobin, up to 20 points for the evening. Putting together a nice little package.
Yeah, she's an impressive player, Murph. No doubt about that. As I said, she has got a plethora of options once she gets the ball down low. And Tobin's been a real handful tonight. And look, her matchup there with Emily Harmon. Harmon has not been able to get into the contest at all. As Daniels with the ball, looking to make something happen. Sharice Daniel with 7 points tonight. Great pass inside. Oh, and there's a travel. Yeah, there's a walk from Harmon.
8:27 for the SSNA Club. Kaufman remain. Tobin to have it. Now, I did mention Sharice Daniel before, as we're going to see a substitution. Chloe Story coming on. We've got a special guest joining us. Sharice Daniel will join us for the men's game, and I'm going to dub it a mini final tonight because the Braves and the Bandits, both outside the 8, both need a win. Time is running out in this competition, around 7 games to go, and I'm going to dub it a mini final for these two sides.
Yeah, time is running out, Murph, and yes, we know this Albury Wodonga Bandits team, they need to swing into action because, as you said, time's slipping away. The crowd is building. It really is a mini final, as you said, as Richards with a move down low. Edwards grabs the rebound off to Emma Mahadi.
Mahadi quickly up the floor, was on fire during the third stanza with 3 3-pointers to get up to 19 for the night. Molly Rice out wide to Story with the ball. Now into Edwards. Daniel drives to the paint, puts it off the glass, and it's good for 2. Kelly Wilson guarded by Mahadi. 47-66. Wilson puts up the 2 and misses. Comes down to Tobin, gets the rebound. Been so dominant there tonight for 3. Wilson misses. Sharice Daniel comes up with the ball. Takes it away from Nader. So Daniel to be joining us on the coverage tonight for the men's game after the women's clash, of course. Reed flicked it out to Edwards. Edwards back to Mahadi. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Edwards puts up the 2 and it lands short. As Rice puts in the reverse, but it's too late. So another sub here. Andrea Wilson goes out and the Braves continue to rotate a bit of their bench in the final stanza. Nader and also Duffelmeyer back on the court, 21 points. Here's a stat for you, Colf. Kelly Wilson has not scored in the second half.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you who's made up for it is Duffelmeyer. She's been super impressive. She's picked up the slack.
That's how good they are. Richards, nice assist to Tobin. And Tobin's the other one that has stepped up in the second half. Now she actually leads all comers with 22.
Yeah, very impressive. I thought the writing was on the wall early on. She's been patient, Tobin, but she's been an absolute beast in the second half.
Rice out to Mahadi. The former NCAA Division II champion in the States. Well, Tobin blocks it. Kelly Wilson to bring it up the floor. Wilson out wide to Richards. You know you're travelling well when your star hasn't hit the scoreboard in the second half, but you're still taking control of the contest. Nader misses, and Mahadi got heavy contact by Duffelmeyer.
Going to win on Duffelmeyer right there. Mahadi had good position there, good rebounding position, Murph. As we take a look at those rebounds, 38 rebounds to 23. Huge differential. In the 1-2 punch. down low in the centre and power forward positions of Richards and Tobin. That's been impressive to watch from the commentary booth, Murph. Certainly has.
Reed flicks it in across to Charisse Daniel. Brings it up court. Daniel to Reed. Harmon. Across. Charisse Daniel. 9 points for the night. They've kept Daniel reasonably quiet as Arden puts up a 2 and lands it in. She started the night with 3 for herself and now moves along to 5 points for Casey Arden, who started on the floor. Richards opposed now across to Duffelmeyer. Wilson. Duffelmeyer from deep for 3. She likes that range.
Wow.
Doesn't like to get close to the perimeter at all. Arden out to Reed. Well, tried to flick it inside. Well read by Duffelmeyer. Switches up the floor. Drives to the bucket underneath. Out wide. Across for Nader, who drives inside. Well blocked by Daniel and taken away by Harmon. The Bandits with possession. 5 minutes just beyond remaining for the SSNA club. In the final quarter here from the Lauren Jackson Sports Centre in Albury, 49-68. The Braves on their way to another victory. This is Arden. Drives inside to territory and just hits the foot of, well, and hits the foot of herself in the end, and the Braves will get the ball back.
Yeah, everything going right for Bendigo. Richards got a hand in there, bounced off Arden's leg out of bounds. And that lead is at, looks like, 19 points with 4:48 left. Look, the Bandits are battling hard, but they're just lacking a little bit of class tonight. With Nat Hurst out, that obviously is a major, major out. And as you said, Murph, Bendigo Braves, it's going to be another win for them, and they are definitely the real deal.
SSNA timeout here, 4:48 remaining, 66-49. Yeah, they're a serious championship contender for August 17. Every bit expect them to be right there in the finish in 2019. For the Bandits, well, it was always going to be a tough task coming in tonight. Their season far from over, but if they were to sneak one tonight, it would have been huge in the context of their year. Like I said, they come in sitting in 9th position. This will now make it 4 losses in a row and 5 losses against the top 8 side. So they've got some tough games to come. They'll need to start getting some victories to stay in touch with that top 8.
And when you look at it, Murph, from from a scouting point of view, the Bandits are always going to be up tonight to score enough points to really impact tonight. Charisse Daniels been quiet with 9 points. Emma Hardy, she's got 19, but outside of that, where are the points going to come from? And we haven't seen it.
No Nat Hurst, of course, for the Bandits either with injuries. Mangan puts it up off the rim, doesn't go. Well done, Reed. Come up with a ball and fed across to Mahadi, who comes up the court. Out wide for Charisse Daniel. Looking to get the double figures, puts up the little mid-range floater, doesn't go. Daniel taps it away, slaps it away. It goes across the Southern Vale home logo and out, just shy of halfway for the Braves ball. Mangan, looks like she'll take it. Jessica Mangan.
Daniel made the nice move there with used the athleticism, but just missed the soft touch. It's been a little bit of a frustrating night for Charisse on the offensive end tonight.
So Turner goes in. Nader out wide. This is Kelly Wilson. Well, how about that for a pass for an assist to Richards?
Yeah, they've run that play 3 or 4 times tonight, Murph, and they've succeeded with it every single time. Great execution once again from the Braves.
Richards now into double figures as well. This is Mahadi. Mahadi can't get it to go. This is Harmon, but the offensive rebound is good for a couple of points to Emily Harmon, who moves to 6 for the night, the number 22. Kelly Wilson, 14 points. I'll go back to it, Kaufman. Such a start. No points in the second half, but just plenty of assists. Unselfish player if you've ever seen one.
Yeah, she's marshalling the troops.
And Nader puts it up, doesn't get it to go. Real leadership about Kelly Wilson.
She's really directing the traffic, Murph. True point guard.
Mahadi. Looks for Daniel, feeds to Daniel. Charisse Daniel takes on around Turner, flicks it in to Harmon. Harmon drives to the bucket, can't get it to go, and it ends up a bit of a falcon, ends up coming off Nader and goes out for an inbound ball to the Bandits.
Very physical play there from both teams. Great to see. Even though this ball game seems over, 19 points with about 3 minutes left, both teams really still going at it. And the Bandits at least playing hard basketball, Murph. At least they're giving it their all tonight.
Well, percentage could play a part for the Bandits, so they want to see if they can get as close as possible here. Harmon puts up the shot, misses. Mahadi gets the second chance points and puts it in for 2. Great energy about Emma Mahadi there to move along to 21 for the night. The leader is 22, Rebecca Tobin, with the number 32 for the Braves, as Kelly Wilson, the 22, has it. Guarded by Daniel. Wilson out wide, across, finds Turner. Turner, guarded by Edwards, flicks it out. Nader to Kelly Wilson, and a bit of deja vu. We start again, flicks it in. That play, Koff.
Yep, Mr. Richards missed, but cleaned up.
Turner knocks it in, just
Turner.
beats the shot clock.
Yep, there was that play again. Wilson threads the needle.
And Sharice Daniel across. Harmon, and a whistle, a travel called against one of the American imports. And Emily Harmon has been a mainstay over a couple of seasons with the Bandits now.
Tough call there, Murph. Like, she was spinning quickly, hard to pick up. Some referees let that go, others pick up on it. Really difficult one there.
Maybe no sense of occasion, the referee, you might say, on that occasion, given the context of the game. Wilson into Richards, and that mid-range jumper is all money for Gabrielle Richards, up to 13 points tonight. The pass, a little hot. Well, Story did well to keep it alive. Mahadi around to Harmon. Storer out wide. Edwards. Daniel drives hard against Nader. Inside to Harmon, who puts it up, and it'll be a Bandits ball. Jump ball called.
It is just swarming defense, Murph. Absolutely suffocating defense. And if there's any doubt why this Bendigo Braves outfit are so successful and are going to be a real championship contender, just take a look at that last set of defense. That was absolutely super impressive.
So Bevan getting some court time here for the Bandits. Edwards, nice assist by Bevan. Edwards knocks it down, and Dunlop will feed across to one of the real stars of the Bendigo side when it was really more or less in the balance. She stepped up, Duffelmeyer, tonight. This is Dunlop back to the Bianca Duffelmeyer, who's been, for mine, big star out there tonight with her bucket. She really took it away. Any ascendancy to the Bandits during that third, with a couple of real big blows from downtown, got the scoring going and just skyrocketed her night to 19. Hasn't done much since there, but she was the one that really set up this win in the third, and obviously Kelly Wilson early in the game was outstanding.
Yeah, totally agree, Murph, and that really came from nowhere. I don't think the Bandits were expecting it, though. She was left all alone, but not only that, the second one that she made was just from long range, a line drive, and what a performance from Duffelmeyer tonight.
So the Bandits 55-76 down, beyond a minute to play for the SSNA club. In the first of a big doubleheader, we're going to dub it a mini final tonight between the Bandits and the Braves. It's now with Bevan. Bevan driving against Turner. Out wide for Story. Now Edwards. Edwards drives on the left and called for a foul here. Will be Dunlop. Jessie Edwards tonight, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists to her credit, a block, and a couple of fouls to her name. And now, I was going to say a couple more points. Last touch off the Braves. The Bandits with 42 seconds and change remaining on the clock. We'll get the ball back. Couple of back-to-back fouls to Dunlop here. Now Bevan out wide for Storer. And now the foul this time will be called, I reckon, on Jess Mangan. It is. It's a really stop-start ball game here.
Yeah,
Gulf
it is.
Ended.
Yeah, with some fouls.
Edwards. Well, cut off here. Nader did nicely to cut it off to Turner, and now this is Dunlop. Wouldn't it be fitting if Duffelmeyer could finish with a big bucket? Out wide, shot goes up by Turner. Air ball wide, and Bevan comes up with it, flicks it to Casey Arden. We've got 13 seconds remaining in the match alongside the shot clock. A three-point attempt here put up by Reed. Caitlin Reed can't get it to go. Comes down. Bevan and Dunlop. Referee calls it away. Edwards puts up the shot and lands the last bucket of the night you would fancy. A second left. The Braves will run down the clock. Too good on the night. They will remain right up in the top echelon of the competition with just the one loss, right alongside the Geelong Supercats. 76-57, too good Golf Man tonight.
Yeah, absolutely too good. Now, quite a pretty solid ball game from both clubs tonight. The Bandits, they weren't disgraced. We come into this ball game and with star point guard Nat Hurst out of the squad tonight, Murph, we were really looking to see, where were they going to get the offense from? And look, they put up 57 points, but really to win tonight, they need to be up around the 80, 85 point mark, and they weren't able to get it. Emma Mahardy, a bit of a lone hand at the offensive end with 21 points. Edwards in the middle. She tried hard and battled hard, but you know what? I'll tell you what, this Bendigo Braves team with Tobin and Richards, the power forward and the centre combination. Wilson, she ran a clinic at the point guard position, just really marshalling the troops. And Duffelmeyer, she came from nowhere in the third period. When the Bandits were making a little bit of a run, Murph, she shut the gate with three massive three-pointers. And what a ball game from her tonight. The Bendigo Braves are certainly for real, and it's been an absolute pleasure seeing them tonight. No doubt we'll see them later on the track in the playoffs.
No question about that. Nice touch too. Gabrielle Richards and Kelly Wilson, two players that would have played with Lauren Jackson with the Opal squad. Just a nice little touching there. The players just coming together and catching up for a bit of old-time sake. So the victory, 57-76. Well done to the Braves. Stick around. Mini-final coming up next. We'll have special guests with us. Cherise Daniel, one of the star players of the Southern Vale Home Bandits, to join us. Until then, for the SSNA Club, we'll be back shortly.